Hello guys and welcome to another episode of the Waterbar channel. Today I'm going to compare these two iconic chronograph stunners against each other. On the one hand, the Omega Speedmaster Professional, the Moon Watch, man on the fucking moon, somebody would say, I don't mention his name. On the other hand, we have the Sinn 903 STBE, so the version with the dark blue dial. So I make this comparison like another very popular YouTube guy. I mean, I'm not popular, he is popular, the Urban Gentry. I mean, almost similar, the comparison. I have the Sinn on the one hand, the Omega on the other side, and it's a rating 1 to 5. So let's compare. First part, quality. Quality, I actually give the Sinn a 5 out of 5 and the Omega 4 out of 5. Why is that? I mean, let me start with the Omega. The Omega was my first real luxury watch after I acquired the Marine Master. And honestly, I'm pretty happy with it. The build quality is very nice. It's a very sturdy bracelet with some nice polishing and brushing going on here. The dial is beautiful. The sub-dials are also a little bit, the rest of the dial is a little bit elevated instead of the sub-dials. The mechanism of the pushers is just great. The clasp is very nice, good quality. Okay, it tends to get scratches. This is just the way it is. If you have this flat clasp and it's worn at an office desk, so you have this two-pusher mechanism for this clasp, and the machining is very nice. You have screws. The back of the watch is actually also nicely finished. With the hippopotamus symbolizing that this watch is water resistant, and of course with the usual text known for the Speedmaster Professional. So overall, nice build quality, feels very solid. And then I got this one, and I must say, man, this is one of the best watches I've ever had. I mean, first of all, it's really dazzling, the somehow polished front and the sides that are brushed. It's a very nice brushing. This bezel, I mean, it's beautifully done. Also the mechanism is just perfect. I mean, this inner rotating bezel, very nice, very precise. It has a screw-in crown, which I also like very much, and actually helps so that the watch has a water resistance from up to 100 meters. The pusher, very solid. I mean, it feels better than the ones on the Omega. You have to experience it for yourself. The sapphire crystal is just amazing. You really have the feeling that you can touch the display. Okay, I know this is Hazelite. You can get this in sapphire crystal, but I wanted it the original way. But still, great quality. The way it is done. Also the back, and also I think it's sapphire crystal, and I mean the decoration of the movement, everything top notch, very nice. So in my opinion, it's even slightly better than the Omega. So I give this a 5 out of 5. Yeah. And let's come to the value. I mean, it has to do something with the quality you get for the price point. So also considering the resale value, and if I put everything together, you get a very nice package. I mean, considering the quality as aforementioned, for around 2,900 euros, and a used market still sales for good prices. I got this cheaper, was used one, but usually they don't lose that much. So if you buy it, for example, for around 2,100, 2,200 euros, I'm sure you can sell it at any time for like 1,800, 1,900, which isn't a big loss. I mean, probably the resale value, the resale price will rise within the next 2 years, who knows, and then you will actually have no loss at all. But here's a really value stunner. I mean, it's the watch I recommend the most, especially in those times where Rolex watches simply go crazy. Actually, I don't want to make Rolex bashing here. I don't have a Rolex and probably will never buy one because they're simply too expensive right now. And what do you get? I mean, here you get a ridiculously big package. You get a booklet, everything written about the first man on the moon. You get a NATO bracelet with it. You get some watchmaker stuff, and you get also Velcro strap that is were used by the astronauts, or actually it was supposed that they used it, but I'm not sure whether they really used it. So overall, you get an amazing package for around 3,200, 3,300 still euros on the gray market if you're lucky, and the resale value right now, the official retail price is 4,600, another rise from 4,300. And I'm sure if Omega is smart, they know some of the guys won't go into Rolexes because they get on waiting lists and they want to have the Speedy. So Omega will say, okay, let's rise it up. And I'm actually, in my opinion, they should sell this basic model for 5,000 euros. Just like to make a statement, we can also produce fine watches, and the hype on Rolex, we can compete with it. And they actually, 5,000 euros for this model, in my opinion, is still okay. You get the best heritage. I mean, Rolex watches are great watches, but this one is simply the Speedmaster, the first watch worn on the moon. I mean, what more can you recommend from a watch? I mean, it's enough, I know. No Rolex bashing, I simply like the Speedmaster. So, versatility, when it comes to versatility, I gave the Omega 5 out of 5 and the Sinn a 4 out of 5. Why is that? I mean, still, you can wear it on formal occasion, and you can also dress it up sporty like on this NATO, but still, it will be something outstanding with this sub-dial configuration, with this whole things going on there. This is a little bit more subtle, a little bit more laid back, and this can be worn with a suit. This can be worn with swimming pants. This can be worn everywhere. It's just one of the most versatile watches. When it comes to movement, I would say the Omega has this slight advantage. I mean, when it comes to accuracy, both are pretty accurate. In my opinion, I don't measure this really, just what I recognize when looking at this watch after a few days. The power reserve is almost similar. The biggest difference probably is that this Solita movement in the Sinn, instead of this in-house Omega movement, is can only wind the rotor only wind the movement in a single direction, so you will get this somehow annoying noise, whereas you won't hear the movement. In this one, this is probably something of personal preference. When it comes to variability, both watches get a 4 out of 4. I mean, even though this one wears a little bit higher than the Omega, both watches are very easy to wear, and even though they're not the most on the slimmest watches, they can still fit. I experienced it under my shirt cuff, so both watches are pretty wearable. Maybe the Omega a little bit more, but still I think an even is just all right. So if we come to a conclusion, the Omega wins with 2 points, so it's very, very close, and I think it's your personal preference. I mean, of course, I would recommend to get both watches. This is, I mean, I really like this on the steel bracelet, and this is a stunner on leather, as well as a NATO. You have it more simple configuration with this all black dial. Of course, you can get this all with all black dial, but still I really like this different colors of the subdials. So overall, great watches. I see a slight advantage on the Speedmaster. If you have ever considered to get one now and keep it, because I'm sure that the prices on this will rise, and is a watch every big collection should have. So again, thank you very much for watching my videos, for supporting my channel. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up, leave some comments, make some suggestions what should be improved, and I would be really thankful if you subscribe. Thank you very much.